Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Tanealyakimbeauty and this is Beauty. In this video, we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to be doing the Drugstore Makeup Tag. I do believe this has been out for a while. This is like nothing new, but I've been looking for something different to do on my channel other than just like, putting on makeup and makeup reviews and stuff. And one of the channels that I really love, Makeup by MISELA, she recently did this and I thought, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and do that one. It'll be something different from my channel, something fun. So let's go ahead and jump right in. I just wanted to pop in here real quick, guys. This palette tag is so old that I honestly have no clue who actually started it. If you do, drop it down in the comments so that, we will all know, because I honestly have no idea. I would love to credit the person who started the tag, but I honestly don't know. There are 18 questions, I think, in this, and so each question is pertaining to drugstore makeup specifically. The first question is, if you could only use one drugstore affordable brand, what would it be? This one is pretty easy for me and you'll probably be surprised, but I'm gonna have to say LA Colors. All of the LA Colors makeup is like $4 and less, and other than like one mascara, which was kind of every single product I have used from LA Colors, whether it be primer, foundation, concealer, powder, eyeliner, eyeshadow, anything I have used from them, I have absolutely loved, and it's so inexpensive. I mean, you can get a full face of makeup for very little money. I would definitely have to say LA Colors for that one. All right, question number 2. What's the most underrated drugstore affordable brand? I will say BH Cosmetics. BH Cosmetics to me is extremely underrated. They have some of the most beautiful eyeshadow formulas. Their ice cream series they launched over the summertime. There were like, I think 6 altogether. I have 2 of them. I went over to my palette shelves to grab them. This one is the Orange Sorbet palette. Oh my God. It is absolutely stunning. The shimmers in here. Oh my God. They are so smooth, so buttery. I think it smells like Orange Sorbet. Maybe I think the scent's kind of faded out. And then this one, the other one I got is the cherry on top. I wanted the pistachio, which is the green one, but that one kept selling out before I could get it. Beautiful, rich reds. These shimmers are absolutely creamy and buttery. I also love the Naughty and Nice palette that came out last Christmas, and then the New Year, the 2021 edit palette that came out early this year. Absolutely stunning. BH Cosmetics has one of the most beautiful and affordable eyeshadow formulas I have seen from a drugstore brand, and they to me are just definitely not talked about enough. Just for the record, I will be including AOA, which is the Shop Miss brand. I do consider those to be drugstore affordable brands, so you will hear about those in this video as well. So let's move on to question number 3. What's the most overrated drugstore affordable brand? I will have to say NYX, and this actually, NYX is going to be the answer to 2 of the questions in this. But yeah, I just feel like a lot of their stuff just doesn't live up to the hype. Their eyeshadow palette formula is very, very iffy. Sometimes it's really good and on point, and sometimes it's kind of, and like just not very, very good. But yeah, just, all around, NYX to me, I consider to be a little more overrated. Question number 4. What is your favorite drugstore product under $5? Now this one is tough. I will have to say the Artista liner from Shop Miss, which is their black ink liner. You guys have heard me talk about that so many times. It is my absolute favorite liner. It is only $1. It goes on so smooth. It goes on so black. Gives me a perfect little point whenever I'm doing my winged eyeliner. I absolutely love that. I also like the blushes from Shop Miss. Those are also $1. Yep, I'll have to say the Artista liners from Shop Miss as well as their blushes. What is a hidden gem from the drugstore that no one talks about? Ooh, that one is tough. I'll have to, hold on, I gotta think about that one for just a second. So I had to think about that one for a minute, but definitely the full spectrum highlighter palettes from CoverGirl. These are amazing. I got these on clearance at Walgreens, but they are available at covergirl.com if you want to get them. These are the creamiest, shimmery highlighters. Oh my God, they are so stunning. Look at that. Look at that shine. Look at that shine. This shade right here, it is a beautiful, stunning berry highlighter. You can use it as a highlighter. You can also use it as a blush topper. It is absolutely gorgeous. The highlighter palette or the highlighter formula from CoverGirl in general is just highly underrated. If you guys should see these, grab them. They are absolutely stunning, and these do not cost much at all. Question number 6. What's your favorite drugstore foundation? Well, this is easy. I have two. The first one is from Milani. It is the Screen Queen foundation. I never really liked the Conceal and Perfect, I think it was. That one I always felt was really thick and cakey on my skin. The Screen Queen is very lightweight. I believe it's a light to medium coverage as it's described, but you can build it up to a full coverage. It gives me full coverage. It covers everything, but it's so lightweight and so skin-like. And the shade, I think Deep Tan is the one that I'm currently using, is a perfect skin match. Being, you know, tan the way that I am, I can pretty much make any warm tannish golden kind of shade work for me, but that particular shade in the Screen Queen one is a perfect match, and it just looks so good on my skin. Lasts throughout the day. I have oily skin, my face does get greasy, and that just lasts all day long. The second foundation is the Glamouflage foundation from Hard Candy. I currently do not have it right now, only because I have so many other foundations that I'm working through. The Glamouflage is only $6. It's definitely a matte formula that's made for oily skin. It mattifies, it's full coverage, it covers everything, but it still looks really, really good on the skin. It's not like a heavy, cakey formula, and it lasts throughout the day. I don't care how greasy and oily my skin gets, that foundation does not break up. It looks amazing from the second I put it on to the end of the day when I take it off. It is an amazing foundation. What products do you tend to buy more at the drugstore versus high-end? I will have to say eyeliner and blush. I have some amazing eyeliners, one including is the Artista liner, as well as some from Joa and other brands that I absolutely love. I do not feel like you need to spend a lot of money on an eyeliner. Mascara is the same way. I have some Essence ones that I absolutely love. The only high-end one that I've used from a liner was the Urban Decay. I can't remember, Perversion liner, I think is what it was called. It was okay. Wasn't as good as my Artista liner, and it was like $28. So yeah, I don't believe you really need to spend a whole lot of money on eyeliners, personally, for me anyway. Blush is the same way. I went over real quick and grabbed some of my favorite blushes to show you guys. These two are from Malibu Glitz. These came from Shop Miss A. As you can see, these are absolutely stunning, gorgeous, and these were $1. These two were also $1, or rather this one was $1. This one came from a Muse, also from Shop Miss A. Gorgeous. Then I have my two e.l.f. blushes. This is a shimmery primer infused blush, and this one is the like matte primer infused blush. Absolutely stunning. This one from Flower Beauty I absolutely love. I have this gorgeous red one from CoverGirl. This one from Essence right here. This one is called Befitting. This one is an absolutely stunning kind of a dusty rose blush. Oh my god. Absolutely gorgeous. And then this one from Believe Beauty, which is a cream blush. I have found some of the most beautiful long wear blush formulas that are between like $1 and $6. Absolutely amazing. Now, I'm not saying that if I didn't have high-end money I wouldn't try something high-end, but I don't believe that it's necessary. You can get a pretty high-end look from using inexpensive drugstore products. What drugstore brand do you think is overpriced? And that's pretty easy. Once again, NYX. I have noticed like over the last couple of years, NYX has been like pushing those prices up towards that. Like they're trying to push towards that high-end luxury mark. Hold on, I need to take a sip. Their eyeshadow palettes, I swear they're like between like $15, $30, $40. It is crazy for a drugstore brand, and I'm sorry, but their eyeshadow formula is not that great. They recently launched this Tetris palette, and I got to admit, when it comes to that, you know, vintagey, you know, bringing back my childhood, when I first saw the collection, I'll drop a picture so you guys can see, I thought it was absolutely amazing. It had this eyeshadow palette, a lip set, and something else, I don't know. And then the palette was launched. It was 80 shades. I'd say over half the shades were just very boring, like repetitive, and the palette was 45 doll hairs. 45 doll hairs. Had it been around 30, I might have gotten it, but 45 doll hairs, I'm sorry, but that was way too much. NYX, they need to calm down. They need to pull in the reins a little bit because their pricing is just starting to get a little bit crazy. So we're about halfway through. What's your favorite drugstore dupe? Now, I don't have anything high-end, you know, to compare a dupe to, so I can't say if it's an actual accurate dupe or not. But just from what I have heard, I will go with the e.l.f. Camo CC Cream. I absolutely love that. From my understanding, it is a dupe for the IT Cosmetics CC Cream. Like I said, I do not have that one, so I can't say for sure. But the e.l.f. one, it's very smoothing. It's blurring. It sets to like a kind of a satin matte finish. Looks very skin-like. It looks amazing on my skin, and it lasts all day. But once again, I don't have the IT one, so I can't say for sure if it's an accurate dupe, but from what I've heard, that's the one that I'm going to choose for this video. Number 10. What's the best drugstore eyeshadow formula? Ooh, this one is hard. I'm gonna have to say Colourpop. BH Cosmetics is like a close second. Colourpop just has this really beautiful smooth formula at a very affordable price. Now, some of their formulas are a little patchier, you know, a little more fallouty than others, but as a whole, as far as an affordable brand that's very comparable to a high-end brand, you can get like a really nice high-end look, I will say Colourpop. Number 11. What's the worst drugstore eyeshadow formula? I will go with the Retro Paradise palette from e.l.f. That palette was so disappointing. I have the Chakissa palette. You can kind of see it like right there. That palette was so beautiful, colorful. The formulas were very smooth. I loved working with that palette. Here's the thing about e.l.f. I love their base products. Blush, highlighter, foundations, concealer is amazing. Eyeshadow palettes are always hit or miss. It's like the palettes don't have the same formula from one palette to the next. That Chakissa one right there was amazing. The Retro Paradise one, that one was just, There was a shade in there, I think it was called Baha Mar or something. It was this really pretty green shade. That's one of the reasons why I got the palette. So patchy. I don't care what I did. I could not build that up. It just dusted right away. Almost all the shades in that palette, they just did not blend well. Just overall, that was one of the worst eyeshadow palette formulas I have ever used. Drugstore brand you used to love, but aren't crazy about anymore. I'm going to say Wet n Wild. When I first started getting into makeup, this is when I was first learning like what's cruelty free, what's not. By the way, what do you guys think of my headband? This was in one of my Dollar Tree hauls. I absolutely love this one, but I digress. When I first started getting into makeup, I think it's called the Photo Focus foundation. Oh my god, that was the most amazing end all be all foundation. That was my ride or die foundation. And at the time, Wet n Wild was listed as being cruelty free, but then it just kind of came out that they weren't being 100% forthcoming, and so it was found that they weren't really truly cruelty free, which I found really disappointing. So I kind of phased those products out. The powder, the concealer, and the foundation I all loved. As you guys know, over here I am trying to be cruelty free. I worked very hard at that. So yeah, it was pretty disappointing when I found out that Wet n Wild was not 100% forthcoming in that cruelty-free status. Drugstore product you didn't expect to like, but totally wowed you. Had to think about that one for a second, but I would say the Colourpop Limoncello palette. When I first saw the pictures for this one, I didn't think that it was all that special. I didn't think it was going to be that great, but then I saw some videos and swatches and stuff, and the color story, the tones, it was just so stunning. This shade right here, Capri, oh my lord, this is creamy wet goodness. The Serenade shade here, oh my word. These two are probably my favorite of the shimmers in this palette. Just look at that. Look at this, guys. So stunning. Oh my god, it is so gorgeous. But yeah, this was one that I did not think was going to do much, but just absolutely blew my mind away. Favorite affordable eyeshadow palette right now? That would have to be the Big Poppy from Colourpop, and then the e.l.f. Chipotle palette, the collaboration palette. I just love those beautiful bright orangey red tones, and the Big Poppy palette is an all matte palette. It is absolutely stunning. And then the e.l.f. Chipotle palette, the greens, every single shade in that palette is absolutely stunning. I just hate the fact that the Chipotle one is limited edition. So when that sold out, that was it. It was gone. It's not going to be coming back. I hope that they bring it back because it was an amazing eyeshadow palette. I'm not a huge Chipotle fan, but that palette was absolutely stunning. What brand is most improved? I'm going to say Milani. Like over the last few years, Milani has kind of really upped their game with their products. You know, when they first started out, their products were kind of hit or miss. But like I said, they have really stepped up their game. Their highlighters, their bronzers, their blushes, that Screen Queen foundation, they have definitely improved. Their formulas have improved. I would say Milani. Best new line of products released at the drugstore. I'm going to say the putty blushes from e.l.f. I absolutely love those. As you guys know, for me, a cream liquid highlighter blush has to be able to blend over powder products. If it does not, it's just not going to do me any good because I have oily skin and I set this baby down with powder. There's no way you're going to see me walking out the house with cream products on my face and no powder. Those blushes are just very smooth. I think they blend so well. They're very pigmented. They last a day. And we'll go with the e.l.f. putty blushes. 2 more questions. Brand you feel like is dying out. I would say L'Oreal. You don't really hear much about them at all anymore. Rimmel. Like, are they even still around? I don't think I've heard anything from Rimmel. I mean, I don't think, have they launched anything new recently? I have no idea. Now, Revlon and Rimmel are both not cruelty free, so I wouldn't be buying anything from them. Anyway, but yeah, especially Rimmel. I would say of all of them, definitely Rimmel. I have not heard anything from that brand. I have heard some, newer launches from both L'Oreal and Revlon, but Rimmel, I have not heard anything new come from them in a very long time. The last question. Drugstore product you've loved for years. This is a pretty easy one. The e.l.f. HD Mattifying Oil-Free Cream Foundation. Unfortunately, I don't know if it's still available or not. I think they only have the one shade. I know when I bought this one, they only had the one shade left, and this one is in buff, which is weird because you think buff as being like a really light shade, but this one is pretty tan. This, before I was really even into makeup, this was one of the matte cream foundations I absolutely loved. It blends beautifully over the skin. It sets down really nice. It lasts all day. I feel like they should bring this one back. This is a product that I do wish e.l.f. would bring back in full force. Unfortunately, it's pretty much discontinued. This shade was the only one that I saw left last time, but I don't know if this is even on their website anymore. But definitely, this is my favorite OG product here, the e.l.f. HD Mattifying Oil-Free Cream Foundation. And that, guys, is the end of the drugstore makeup tag. I really enjoyed it. Like I said, it's not new. It's been out for a while, but it was fun to do it. If you like these types of videos, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel and you're not already subscribed, I would love it if you join my little family and hit subscribe. And be sure to tap the notification bell if you want to be notified of any videos that'll be coming up in the future. Also, make sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok. Be safe, guys. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.